Chantel or Nicole? Who will be evicted and join Dylan in Redemple Temple? And who will rise to power and become the new head of household? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All-Stars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All-Stars. It's day 37 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Kat was the head of household. She nominated Chantel and Brazil for eviction, but Brazil won the Golden Power Veto in the Big Brother Punch-a-Bunch Golden Power Veto competition, chose to use it on herself, and Kat nominated Nicole in her place, which means in just moments, Chantel or Nicole will be evicted, but will have a chance to return to the game as they will head to Redemple Temple to face off against Dylan in the second last duel of the first set of Redemple Temple duels. Who will it be? We'll find out shortly. But first, yesterday I talked about the fact that there was something in the video of the previous day that you have not yet found for some bonus All-Star dollars, and Jonathan was the first person to successfully message that the All-Stars stars flashed at the end of the video opening, which was different. Normally, they come up one at a time. Instead, they were all flashing at once. So Jonathan did notice that. He had the option of either being selfish and stealing 10 All-Star dollars from the player of their choice, or being selfless and winning 20 All-Star dollars. He chose selfless and won 20, but said, "Oh, if I could only steal..." No, it's Jonathan's voice. "If only I could steal 20. I wonder who he would steal 20 from. I'm surprised he actually just didn't flat out go for Dylan's 20. Or 10 of Dylan's 20. But I guess he wanted the one that had more to it. But yeah. So, reviewing the All-Star dollars, we have Chanel at 160, Jonathan 82, Jojo 61, Brazil Curtis 60, Kat 40, Dylan, Aton, Nicole 20, and Chad, Chantel, Joanne, Rhonda at 0. Okay, next order of business. So yesterday was a very special day for me in that it was the first time I woke up and the first thing I thought about was not Jake. I realized at 3 p.m. that I had not thought about Jake yet the whole day, and I was so proud of myself. But then 2 hours later, the sun set, it got dark, and then I started thinking about Jake, and then I started to cry. So easy come, easy go. It kind of reminds me of Friends when Rachel was telling Monica when she's trying to delay the wedding, "Oh, the night comes, and the nights are hard, and then the day comes, and the days are as hard as the nights, and then the night comes again. The days and nights are hard, I get it. Listen, Rachel, please, it's my wedding day." Anyway, but I'm trying, and I'm getting better, right? I mean, I remember the first day after he said he didn't want to be friends anymore at all. I thought about him like I couldn't go 30 minutes, and now the first time I think about him is 3 p.m., so that's good. But then Kat messages me, and she goes, "Are you looking for actual love?" And I'm thinking, no, bitch, I'm looking for fake love. Like, of course I'm looking for actual love. Anyway, but Kat yesterday had a bad day. I'll just leave it at that. And she was kind of nauseous and throwing up, and well, okay, I guess the cat's out of the bag. She was throwing up, and so she was a little out of it. But then Kat did get into it with Chantel, which was very juicy, so I will read it for you. "All I would like to say is if you vote for me to stay, I've got you, babe. Chantel, you are simply the best. There very likely won't be another chance to vote you out. Much respect." "There are many weeks to come, Kat, but I will remember to say this when I put you on the block." "Appreciate it, but I've won nothing. I came in 6th. You won your season. You're friggin' amazing." "You lied to your allies to make your move. You don't think it's a win to now have me coming for you. Didn't you nominate me week 3? Lest we forget, I told you my intentions in advance, which was solely to flush the Ruby veto. Your dear friend Ryan decided to go ballistic. Regardless, you were never my target, until now. And don't make me write another song about this. Lord knows I have enough Grammys. Hello, everyone. I had a red-eye flight back to Boston, but I have some thoughts as I'm now waking up, having just traveled across America. And I am so unbelievably happy that as of this taping, the Democrats have won both seats in Georgia. John Ossoff, that hot piece of meat, he did it. He won. And the Democrats will control the Senate and the House. And we can undo the last 4 years of turmoil. We can erase the irreplaceable past, the irreparable reprimands of Donald Trump and his administration. Rai and I thought we were just part of season 3 and 4. You nominated us 2 allies in week 3, then told me I've got you, just like you're telling people now. I'm happy to be the target and be anyone's shield. So many of you are fake. You're Republicans. And you have been lying to either Chantel or myself. I can't wait to get to the bottom of this, whether I'm in the White House or not. But I will be in the White House come January 20th. Next Christmas, I won't be dreaming of a White House. I'll be in it. And last but not least, it's time to find out how many more weeks I will be staying in this house. Yes, Nicole and Chantel, it is now time to get to the eviction. So your house guests have been voting, and I have the results. When I reveal the results of the eviction vote, the house guests will have about 15 minutes to say their goodbyes, gather her belongings before you move to Redempel Temple to join Dylan. Speaking of which, Dylan and whoever is evicted, please let me know if 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is good for tonight's Redempel Temple duel. I'll have more details on that after, but let's get to the vote. So, here we go. By a vote of 6-3, Nicole, Shantae, you stay. Chantel, you are evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 5 house. As it is written, so it shall be done. Chantel, you will always be an all-star. And you might still be the superstar because, Chantel, you are heading to Redempel Temple to face off against Dylan, where one of you will stay and one of you will be permanently evicted. And whoever wins that duel will be just one more win away from returning into the game, because the house guest who is evicted this week coming up, week 6, will face off against the winner of Dylan, Chantel, and whoever wins that will return to the game. So, Chantel, I have to tell you, I know you're disappointed right now because you're just like me. It's been your dream to play Big Brother for the last 20 years. You did extremely well because First of all, 6-3 is BS. It was really 5-4, and at times I think it was 5-4 in your direction. I think there were about 3 people that were wavering back and forth. And I actually think there's some people who... I asked some people who they thought was going to be evicted, and unless they were lying to me in the DR, which doesn't make any sense, some people genuinely thought Nicole was going. So I actually think there's some people blindsided by this. The fact that you even got 3 votes to keep you, and had other people considering to keep you, strongly considering to keep you, to the point where people were waiting till like towards the end, towards the last minute to vote, and I'm like, hello, are you going to vote now? Hello. Was just incredible. I mean, not only are you a winner, not only do you have a fantastic social and strategic game, competitive game, but your social strategic game is incredibly strong, and that's what matters most to me in Big Brother. The fact that you had 3 votes when you're a winner against Nicole is impressive. For lack of a better word, it's impressive. Kat did tell me, and she told me this in DR, but I don't think it's really private information. Kat told me the reason Nicole was the replacement nominee is because Nicole was the only person who could beat you, being the queen of the Pooh Brown veto. Nicole seems to be unbeatable on the block, and she only went out in season 3 on a double eviction. That's why Nicole had to go up. And I thought about it, and Kat is right. I think Chad would have gone over you. I think Eitan would have been evicted over you. I think Joanne, Rhonda, Jonathan, Jojo, Curtis, Kat, if she were not head of household, even Brazil. Brazil said, as after she was nominated, I have to win the veto because I don't have the votes against Chantel. And so I'm looking at the entire cast, and yeah, I don't think anybody else would have had the votes to stay. Kat nominated the right person. She told me that you were her target, and she nominated the right person, Nicole, to get you out because that was the only way. And even so, even with putting the best person up to get you out, Nicole, it was still close, and it was by no means a slam dunk. And like Nicole, you both fought hard, but it was tight. And so, yeah, I'm extremely impressed. I'm thankful that you came back. It's not over for you. You can easily... Well, anybody can win, but you can easily win 2 Redempble Temple duels. It's not out of the ordinary. The chances, assuming all things are equal, the chances are 1 in 4. You, as the most recent evictee, get to choose the category Big Brother Cheesecake 1 or Big Brother Cheesecake 2. I assume you're going to pick 1 because you're facing off against Dylan, but it's up to you. And Dylan, Chantel, let me know if 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is okay for you. And and good luck to you and to Dylan. And also, Chantel, the Golden Power Veto competition wasn't your fault. You played the advantage. It was I thought a good advantage, and you just bad luck just happened, unfortunately. So shit happens, but you might still have a second chance. And yeah. So, and let's face it. Coming back as a winner in any org or in the show itself is extremely difficult. I mean, look at Winners at War. Granted, they were all winners, but the winners who had credibility, Parvati, Boston Rob, Sandra, like they all went out early. And generally speaking, winners that come back go out early. So yeah, okay. Now it's time to get to the next head of household competition. Kat, as outgoing head of household, you are not eligible to compete this week. Dylan, Chantel, and Redempble Temple, you are not eligible to compete as well. Free from the threat of eviction, the head of household wins the perks of his or her private HOH bedroom and bathroom, a fruit basket with Arby's, a letter from home, and the responsibility of nominating 2 of his or her fellow houseguests for eviction. This week's head of household competition is a brand new competition, and it is called Big Brother Participation. And here's how it works. House guests, you might recall me saying this on premiere night. Since it's All-Stars, and since I know you're all going to participate, the more we participate, the better the season's going to be. You also may recall that I said that exact same sentence multiple times, usually on eviction night throughout the episodes. And I also in the group chat said, I'm so excited with all this participation, and I really hope that everybody participates to the fullest. And then on New Year's Eve, December 31st, I also said, today is the last chance to participate. Why, you might ask? Well, house guests, what you don't know is that this competition is already over. In the month of December, you were playing in Big Brother Participation. Every single time you sent a message in the group chat, you got a point. And the house guest with the most points wins head of household. Now, to be clear, you don't get a point for every single message. Some people have a habit, and it is so bloody annoying, of they want to say one sentence like, hi, how are you today? And they'll text me with hi, send, how, send, are, send, you, send, today, send. And I'm like, bitch, why couldn't you just send that as one text? Why do you need to send 5 texts to send one thought? It's so annoying. Like, I send all my thoughts, even if it's different thoughts, I'll separate it into paragraphs, as one message or one text. So to be fair to everybody, if you messaged, and let's see off the top of my head, I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but, well, let's say Kat, because she's not playing. If Kat put 5 messages in a row, and then Rai interrupted her, or Ryan was a good one. Ryan would just verbal diarrhea his whole way down. So if Ryan sent 5 messages, and then Kat submitted 1, Ryan gets 1 point for the 5. Now if Ryan got lucky and Kat interrupted him in his thoughts, and said, I want to talk today about Rolls Royce and how good of a car it is. And Kat said, oh yeah, how good is it? It's a really good car. You want to know why? Why? Then they're getting points because they're going back and forth in a conversation. So, long story short, until somebody else messages, you get 1 point for all the messages. So I went through, it took me 3 hours, and I went through 31 days worth of group chat, because Facebook doesn't have a feature where you can just, ask how many people, like how many messages each person sent. I should have done this day by day, but instead on New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I was up till 5, basically counting out how many messages every single person sent. It was torture, but I got it done. It's also, you know what else is annoying about Facebook? When you scroll up, it pauses and it takes like 5 seconds to load more messages. What the hell is that bullshit? It's 2021. Like, what is this, MS-DOS? It's so annoying. Anyway, here we go. Is everybody ready? Let's begin. In 11th place with 61 messages in the month of December, roughly 2 per day, Chantel. Luckily, you were evicted, so no harm, no foul. In 10th place with 105, Jonathan. In 9th place with 132, Eitan. In 8th place with 147, Brazil. In 7th place with 150, Curtis. Who, speaking of which, has not been doing so well in competitions. He was a comp beast last season. Just thought I'd point that out. But to be fair, nobody is. I've noticed Ryan is still in 2nd place in the competition leaderboard. So Chanel has won 2, HOH and a veto. Ryan won 2 vetoes, and a whole laundry list of people have won 1 competition. And it's just Chad, Rhonda, Joanne, and Nicole left who haven't won a comp. Everybody else has won 1. So interesting how, I guess maybe that's, it's all stars, and they're, everybody's strong in competitions, but it's interesting how that panned out. Okay, in 6th place with 167, Jojo. In 5th place with 192, Rhonda. We're down to 4. We're down to Chad, Chanel, Joanne, Nicole. In 4th place with 405. That's a huge jump from 5th to 4th. Rhonda was 192 points, or 192 messages. 405 was 4th place, and that was Chad. Chad, you started out so strong with all of your, fuck you, Charlene. Fuck you, Chad. You're an old lady. You're an asshole. You're gonna die of COVID. Fuck you, too. Right? And I think when Charlene was evicted, you really trailed off, and I separated it into first 10 days, second 10 days, and third 10 days with the 31st as well. And Chad went from 183 to 122 to 100. So he just went downhill as the month progressed. Okay, third place with 419. Only 14 more than Chad is Chanel. Chanel also started strong, 150, 155, and then she went down to 114. Okay, so we are down to Joanne and Nicole. One of you is about to become the new head of household. Nicole, first of all, is a background player. I was shocked when I did this tally. You were posting a lot. I was impressed. Well done, Nicole. So we're down to Joanne and Nicole. One of your combinations was 235, 186, 149. The other combination was 142, 204, 89. So in the second set of, so from December 11th to December 20th, the person who came in second place actually had more than the person who came in first place. So, second place was 435, and the winner of the competition was 570. So 570 to 435. And with 570 posts in the group chat, the winner of Big Brother participation and the new head of household is Joanne! Congratulations! You are the new head of household! Kat, please hand over the key to Joanne. Joanne, you have until tomorrow night, Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to privately. This is your first competition win ever in 2 seasons. Your first one. You were the only all-star out of the entire cast of 16 who had never won a competition coming in. Everybody else had won one in their previous season. You never have. This is your first win. You win 60 all-star dollars. You are the head of household, and you have until Thursday night, 10 p.m. to privately message me your 2 nominees and a reason why. Remember to do it privately because you will lose your power if you don't. And Joanne, I have more good news for you. Are you ready for some good news? You wanted your brownie points. Well, here's some actual good news. You, Joanne, are the first house guest this season who has clinched a spot in jury. That's right, you, by being head of household, are safe this week, and you have made it to jury, and every house guest who survives this week, week 6, will make it to jury. Congratulations, Joanne. For tomorrow, Chantel or Dylan, who will win the Redempble Temple duel and stay and be 1 step away from re-entering the game? Friday, who will Joanne nominate for Eviction and will pick players for the Golden Power Veto competition? Saturday is the rules to the Golden Power Veto competition. Sunday, Golden Power Veto results. Monday is the Golden Power Veto ceremony. And Tuesday, a day earlier than usual, is the next live eviction where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 5 house and will head to Redempble Temple, where Wednesday, either Chantel, Dylan, or that evicted house guest will return to the game and will have the option of spinning the wheel for a 50-50 chance at either a Pooh Brown Power Veto or Fast Forward. I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Take care, and remember, it's not about who reaches the summit the fastest, but who learns the most about themselves along the way. Good night.